Okay, we're live. All right. Okay, now we're live. I am so nervous about this stream today because my computer is having a fit. So I hope things go well. Come on. Come on, little thing. My mouse doesn't even want to work. Come on. There we go. Come on. It has not been this bad in a while. Okay. So, as far as I know, the stream is working. Come on. My mouse is not, but maybe the stream is. I see Gail. Hi, Gail. I'm just really hoping that this is working. Okay, so today I'm continuing to work on the Fairfield kit. Hi, a kind of pastry. Welcome to the stream. I'm working on the Fairfield kit today, and today I'm pretty sure some walls are going to be going up, which is pretty exciting because then you kind of get to see the house and what it's going to look like. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Kind of different setup today. I say that every stream. I think every stream I'm still just kind of figuring things out. Hi Marcus, welcome to the stream. So I, in the past streams, I've talked about the green leaf kit wood and how I wasn't a big fan of the quality of the wood, and I feel like I kind of put some people off of green leaf kits, and that's totally fine if you're not willing to mess with that kind of wood. But I did want to say that a lot of their kits do have really cool designs, so just by the quality of the wood I wouldn't write off the green leaf kits altogether. I would, you know, if you're looking for a certain type of house, look at the green leaf kits. They can be worked with. So that's what I'm finding out by putting this together. Like, I've done some wood filler and a lot of sanding, and I've come up with something that I'm pretty happy with. So the kits can be worked with. So I just wanted to say that in the beginning because I feel like there were some people saying, hey, you know, I'm never getting a green leaf kit ever. Which, if that's your choice, that's fine. But I just wanted to say that they did have some good, really good designs that kind of make it worth it, like this kit, in my opinion. Hi, everybody. I see people from Finland, Sweden, Norway, Georgia. Hi, Megan, who lives in DFW, where I am. It is cold here, people, in Texas. It is freezing. Texans do not do 20-degree weather. It is very cold. Hi. Hi, everybody. Wow, thank you for joining me this morning. I do have a child that is home with me, just me. My husband's at work. So if I get called away, he's chilling in there. He's been sick for like 5 days with a fever, and he's finally okay today. But of course, if you have kids, you know they got to be 24 hours fever-free without medication before they can go back to school. So he is getting some much-coveted screen time right now. So he's busy. He's in his happy place, busy. But if he calls me, I'm going to be heading over there to go check on him and then be back as soon as possible. It is 20 above zero, so about 12 degrees under freezing. But for Texas, that is pretty cold. For Texans, it's very cold. We just don't have huge coats, and like the other day, my windshield was frozen over. We don't have ice scrapers. I used to live in Illinois, and we survived, but I don't remember how. We had ice scrapers, and we had salt trucks that came around and would salt the roads and everything like that. So, you know, different places have different, you know, abilities in different types of weather, and Texans just don't do well in cold weather. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. At the end of the last stream, I was punching out like 50 different pieces. It was all these pieces right here. Oops. All of these pieces I was punching out so that I could start on this next part, which is walls. Walls are going up today. And then someone recently gave me information that there is a place that has, or a site that has, no words today. Come on, words. Has instructions with pictures. But my computer is being fussy today, so I felt like if I had pulled that up and had the stream going and have the chat going and everything, we might crash and burn. So I am just going to go by these directions like we've been doing, but hopefully when my computer settles down in the future, I can go get the picture directions and we'll be doing okay. Okay, so everything seems to be going well. Let's get started. If you guys have questions, just let me know. I'm going to be trying to pay attention as much as I can to the chat and getting these walls up. So this is the chimney piece. The last stream we worked pretty much the entire stream on this little staircase, and the thing that I did to help the wood out a little bit is I sanded it down, painted it, and then I took some Mod Podge because inside these little crevices it was just really, the wood was just really crackly. I put some Mod Podge in there. I put a couple layers and it just kind of got into those grooves and kind of smoothed it out. So if you do want to do this project, you can use some Mod Podge to smooth out just the really grainy grain of the wood. -7 Celsius in Europe. Sounds even colder in Celsius. So that's what I did for the staircase, and then I also put some wood filler in on this side. I watched several videos on people who had already put the Fairfield together, and in every single one the staircase looked different. So I really don't know what that's about. So I don't know, and none of them had this piece. So I don't know if people were cutting this piece off and adding their own stair railing, which I might do that in the future, but I don't know. I just left it on there for now. Edwina says she's surprised I didn't use wood glue. Me too. I use wood glue for everything, but recently I've been using other things. I don't know. I fall in love with a material and then I kind of move to other materials, but Mod Podge just seemed to work okay. I still want to see some of the grooves and some of the wood because I'm kind of going for a Victorian type of a feel, so I still want to see some of the wood grain. Thank you so much, Cindy. Says, do you follow other miniaturists? Yes, I follow a lot of miniaturists on Instagram. I follow, you can see on my main YouTube page, I have like some suggested lists for some other miniatures channels. So if you go there, those are some of the people that I watch. So go check that out if you want to find some other it's hard to say, miniaturists channels. Hi, Angela. Hi, Victoria. I use nail files to sand the small areas. In those videos, they modified the staircase by replacing the entire staircase. Okay, I figured that's probably what they did because it did look like a Real Good Toys staircase. That's another brand of Dollhouse. But I'm just going to leave it how it is because I want to use the materials that came in the kit as much as possible. And because I used the wood filler, I feel like it kind of helped it out a little bit. Hi, Julie. Sorry if I missed some of you guys. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Ash. Hi, Kevin. Okay, so to start out, it says, okay, first we gotta move these guys off here. Try to make it so you guys could see as much as possible. Hi, Donna. Okay, it says place first floor foundation assembly on work surface, so front is towards you with front bay window floor on your right. So that's this piece right here, because this is the porch. So that means this is probably the front of the house. Yes, it is a 1/24 or half scale house. And then this is the front bay window. Align center partition wall. Okay, so that's when I have to get my big pile of wood. So all I did was pop these out and put a layer of acrylic paint on them to kind of prime them. I will have to probably sand them, but I like to sand once things are kind of put together. So it just has a layer of white acrylic paint on it. And I think it's one of these bottom pieces is the one we need. I also heated up my hot glue gun just in case I need to tack a few things in place. I said at the beginning of this that I don't like hot glue as my only source of gluing for dollhouses. I really think you need to use tacky glue or wood glue for that. But sometimes it is nice to have hot glue just to tack it in place, and then you can cut that hot glue out later. Hi Kim, hi Wolfkins, hi Chrissy. Nail file with a tiny bit of smoothing. Hi, thank you. Yes, lots of pieces of wood for this portion. Okay, so this is, I wrote everything, you can kind of still see it through the paint. Center partition wall, that's what we need. Align center partition wall along left edge of front bay floor. Okay, and along left edge of dining room floor extension. Doorway for kitchen dining room is at back, so that's this, I'm guessing. Banister section is toward front over here, and I didn't do anything to sand this, but we're just going to keep going. Align all tabs and slots. Refer to first floor plan schematic for proper location. Okay, so I think it goes like so. And it's kind of a tight fit, but that's a good thing. We want it to be kind of a tight fit. All right, so it looks like this. And that makes sense because I believe our staircase goes right there. And this wall is bending. Once I had painted it, it did bend. So I painted both sides at the same time, which should help with that, but it still bent a bit. All right, so I've got that in. I'm not gonna glue anything yet because we're gonna see how well things go here. All right, now I'm on step 4. Align front. Oh, it does say to glue it. Well, should I glue it? Oh, let me show you one other thing that I got. Well, I didn't get this. I already had this. I had this on my shelf, and I just happened to like see it while I was working on it, or while I was looking for something else on my shelf. It's this old book from, let me see if I can find a date, 1977, and it says ready to use dollhouse wallpaper. So what you're supposed to do is take paper out of here. There's like 3 per pattern, and I just thought it was really kind of bright and whimsical. And while I do want, I think the Victorians had a lot of like bright wallpapers, and this is probably a little bit more 70s than that, but I thought it'd be fun to do a Victorian 70s mashup. Sounds fun, right? Bye, Edwina. I'll see you later. But anyway, I did go ahead and scan them in because I want to, I mean, I don't know if this would be enough anyway, so I'd want to have a copy. So I scanned it in, and then I just kind of dulled it a little bit, took down the saturation of the color, and I just lightened it slightly. But the reason I did that is because my printer prints dark. So I'll give you a closer up view. And I thought the pattern was small enough to do really well for half scale. So I think, but here's the issue, is that it was so hard for me to get an idea of how the rooms looked that I really still have no plan for how I want to decorate it. But I do feel like it would be easier to decorate before the whole thing is put together. So I'm kind of at a crossroads of, do I go ahead and wallpaper these walls before it's put together or not? I do have a system of, oh, it's on cardstock. But yeah, I just printed it off my printer. And I probably will age it, so it does have a little bit of a discoloration in the middle, maybe from the scan, I'm not quite sure. But I'm okay with that because I'm going to be discoloring it and aging it, not to the amount of the coffee shop, but aging it slightly just to make it look like it's older wallpaper. So, hi Lindy. I used to live in South Africa, George, South Africa. So hi to South Africa. Okay, Victoria says it is easier to decorate the walls as I go. I just don't have a plan yet, is the issue. So I think I'm gonna put the walls together as a like a puzzle, and then take it apart and figure out which parts of the house I need to wallpaper. Yeah, I think you're right, Kevin. I think the walls will kind of straighten out once the pieces are pushing on each other, so hopefully that will help. Maybe make a paper pattern for the walls before you put it together so you can cut out wallpaper later. That's a really good idea because I could do that fairly easily. Thank you. Hi to Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm sure it's colder than it is here in Wisconsin. Oh, it's so chilly. Okay, let's just keep going, putting the walls together kind of like a big puzzle, and then I'll kind of figure out what I want to do from there. It's been really, really, really busy these past couple weeks, and it's still busy up through this week, and so I just haven't had time to sit down and figure it out. You messed up the pattern in some places. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be a wallpaper as I go, I think. I usually put the house together and worry about everything afterwards. Not a great idea, but it's fun. Yeah, people do it different ways. There are ways to do a really nice wallpaper job after it's put together. It does take a little bit more effort and precision, but we'll just kind of see what happens. Okay, so we're going to align right front wall with small tabs on first floor. So it's probably this side because there's no tabs over here, I'm guessing. Align left edge of front wall with front edge of center partition wall. So this, maybe it's this. Glue bottom of right front wall to floor, then along center partition wall. So I'm guessing it's this part right here. This is what they're calling the front wall. Okay, so let's see what we can find in our pile of wood here. Right front wall, is that what I need? Align right front wall. Okay. So I guess it doesn't really matter which way it goes, but it goes on like so. And then you glue these pieces together, looks like. Okay. So this, yeah, this is where the bend in the wood is going to cause an issue. So I'm just going to align this, and maybe I'm just going to tack it in place with the tiniest bit of hot glue so that it's not falling. Yes, I've been to Cape Town too. It is beautiful. You're immigrating to PA? Pennsylvania? Is that the ones for Pennsylvania? I feel like it's IKEA furniture building. Will the wallpaper be split in the corners if you wallpaper before the walls are up? Yeah, probably. Luckily, a lot of them are like lined wallpapers, so I could just cut like the tiniest strip and just like fold it in half and like make a corner piece. So that could happen too. We'll see. Okay, I'm just gonna like very lightly tack this so that it's easy to kind of pull apart later. I'm using a hot glue gun just to tack these in place so that I can see what I'm building, and then we'll start gluing it with the final glue. I think I'm just going to tack it at the top. If this will dry, it should hold. Yeah, this is going to take some clamping to get this center wall to straighten up a bit. Okay, so that's tacked in place, and that's fine. Nothing's glued yet. Carefully slide chimney sub-assembly down through opening in second floor. Hold on, we didn't put the second floor on, did we? Oh, it's not, the second floor is not attached yet. Okay, so I need to find the second floor right section. I have an attic floor. Where's the second floor? Oh, it's a half section. That's right. Okay. I was like, I know I cut everything out. I checked it. Okay. So I need to put, this is the piece that has a hole big enough for the chimney. So let me read that again. Hold on. We're running out of space here. Carefully slide chimney sub-assembly down through opening in second floor right section with chimney flue on right, do not glue. Okay, so chimney flue on the right. All right, so I'm going to put this is the chimney sub-assembly. Put this guy. This could be a tight fit, or it may not fit at all. Nope. Okay. Well, oh, here we go. Maybe. Nope. I'm gonna have to make it a little bit bigger, and then I can always wood fill that later. Instructions were written by lawmakers. Oh, Pennsylvania. Okay, I got it right. Yay! Found a blog with pictures of the rooms and information. Oh, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. For some reason, all the videos I found just weren't. I mean, I'm sure they were perfectly fine videos, but I still was having a hard time wrapping my head around it. I think it's because so what I'm doing right now is I'm just cutting this hole just slightly bigger. I just couldn't wrap my head around it because it's open basically on 3 sides of the house. And so you had to kind of figure out which side of the house you were looking at all times. And my brain's just been on overload for a couple weeks. And it just wasn't working. You have to do some sanding on pieces to make them fit properly. Okay, that's good to know. All right, let's try again. Try and get this guy in here. Oh, we got some movement here. That's a lovely noise. All right, so now I have, we're gonna run out of space here. Now I have the chimney piece in the second floor here. Hi from Montana. Love your channel. Oh, thank you. Well, welcome very much. Okay. Oh. So now I'm guessing I need to put this, because this goes over here somewhere. Like so. I'm just gonna sit it right there. Yep, I told you walls were going up. They're going up fast. Okay. Place left chimney wall extension. Oh, we weren't done with that. Place left chimney wall extension on the left side of the chimney with T-shaped end on top. Okay. Oh. Left chimney wall extension. We got a T-shaped end like this. But place left chimney wall extension on left side of chimney. What? Oh, maybe like this? Aha! Oh, wait. I'm gonna need like a mallet. I think it goes like this. So that, because there's a little groove up here for this T shape to go into. And then there's a T shape over here. It is like a giant puzzle. Thank you. I'm glad you could make it. Hi from Brazil. Or hi from Texas to Brazil. Does Uncle Fester feel alone in the big mansion? Yes, probably he does. He has my old Morticia and Pugsley doll, but they're a little wonky. So I will be making some more dolls soon. I'm going to push down on this to see if I can get that piece to go in, hopefully without breaking anything. Nope. Okay. I think we're going to have to sand to get that in. Yep, we're going to have to sand some. But I recently emailed... Hold on. I recently emailed the, I'll do this over here, away from the microphone. The guy in charge of the place where I want to kind of like debut the Addams Family house. And I haven't heard back, but I was just telling him kind of the size requirements for me to set it up. And so I'm hoping to hear back from him, and if I do, that means I will definitely have a finish date for the Addams Family house, which is crazy. But I will be working on shingles for the roof. I'll be working on the front yard with the gravestones. I will be making the dolls like crazy. And I really don't want to rush that. I want to do my best work on the dolls because, you know, they're iconic. People are going to recognize if they're not done well. Okay, so I just sanded that slightly, and that worked a lot better. So this T-shaped wall goes on this side here. And there are slots for all this stuff, but I'm not putting it down yet. We may not be done yet. Okay. T-shaped and at the top aligning okay. Align this sub-assembly on first floor by sliding front bay window roof tab on the second floor into long slot above bay window opening in right front wall. Align base tab on chimney extension wall with slot in first floor tab on T with slot in center partition wall. Tab on base of, sorry, I'm hitting the microphone. Tab on base of fireplace center. Okay, it means just put all the tabs in the slots. Okay, we'll try that. See if we can do it. Because this is a big piece. Okay, I'm going to turn it towards me. Is it gonna do it? Nope, I gotta sand a little bit more. More sanding. Put the thingy next to the whatchamacallit and fangle twats it in the 3-prong. Yeah, that's kind of how it sounds. Yeah, pretty much that's it. They should have said just stick all the slots in the holes. Or stick all the tabs in the slots. There we go. That's what they meant. Trying to do this, like, I'm not trying to do it off screen. I'm just sanding the tabs a little bit so they go in, but I'm trying to keep it away from the microphone for your convenience. But I am glad I'm not gluing this yet, because I'm still confused on what all's going where and doing what. This piece is causing issues. Nope. Nope, there we go. There we go. Ah, yeah. Nope. Okay. See, if that had been glued, I don't think I would have ever gotten this piece in, because I don't know if you saw that. I'm going to tell you what just happened. This piece came apart from this piece that I had just tacked it. Like, I don't know how you would possibly get this thing together if these two pieces were glued together, because wood isn't supposed to bend that way. Like, I may just put this all together and then glue it. And some of these tabs don't seem to line up all that well. Yeah. Because what in the world is this tab for? It doesn't work. Doesn't work, Greenleaf. So I have these tabs seem off to me. Not quite sure. Thanks, Rob. Okay. I'm confused by the tabs, but maybe if we just keep going, it'll all make sense. Because I'm thinking I might have to cut this one. Sorry, y'all can't see. I think I'm gonna have to cut this one, because I don't know if y'all can tell. It is about a 1/4 inch longer than the slot. Right here is where I'm talking about. So, I mean, the back is lining up. Why is the slot not lining up? It lines kind of up on the front. Does it? Does it? No, not really. All right. Well, if you're following along and you're struggling too, you'll know it's not just you. Okay. Let's just keep going, and we'll see what happens. It does say not to glue this part. Glue chimney to second floor. Glue left chimney wall extension to chimney and to center partition wall. Glue base of chimney and chimney wall extension to first floor. Do not glue second floor right section to right front wall. So do not glue second floor right section to right front wall or to center partition wall. So don't, it wants you to glue it to everything else, but not these. All right. Are you sure the center wall is placed the right way? Yes. So wall or floor backwards. Well, I thought I did. Yeah, because let me show you the picture. See this little sticky up part here? This is the front wall, and this is the sticky up part, and there's the chimney, and that's what I have right here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, because it told me to put the, I mean, I hope so. What do y'all think? It looks the same to me. Okay, Victoria says tabs and slots need to be sanded to fit. Okay, we'll probably have to do that. I'm not gluing anything yet though. I'm gonna see how this turns out. Align tabs and slots on back wall. Okay, we gotta look for the back wall. Okay. Back wall. Oops. Some tabs and slots don't always add up. Okay. Sticky up part. That's the professional term, sticky up part. Okay, so back wall. So I guess I'm going to turn it around now. Ooh, that's a horrible sound. All right, so that's the front now. Chimney, back wall. Okay, so there's, y'all can't see. Oh, you can kind of see. There's these, oh no, you can't. Well, there's tabs just like this on the first floor here. I know this is a half-scale house, but it's getting big. So these tabs right here, they fit like so. So where the other house kind of sat on top of the base, this one kind of hangs off of the side. So it kind of goes like that. So these tab slots go through here, and what I'll do is once I get those in, I would probably fill those with wood filler so that they're smooth. Okay. So let's read that again. Align tabs and slots on back wall with tabs and slots on first floor and second floor right section. Okay. More sanding is needed. More sanding. Yes, I think with everything, every house that I've built, I've dry fit it first. Because it is very easy to flip the walls around. So when you guys asked me if the wall was flipped around, I was like, could be, definitely. I didn't think it was, but it is pretty easy to do that. So it's a good idea to dry fit it if possible. And like tape everything together with masking tape. And then that also is a good way to start gluing it, because then the glue can kind of grab on, and then you can go back and re-glue wherever you remove the masking tape. You can always do your amazing siding. That's true. We can side the thing and then you won't be able to see anything. When you've sanded enough, sand more. And you know, I think the trick is once you get the, get it covered in the acrylic paint, it's really, really not too bad. It's not as bad to sand once it's covered in acrylic paint than when it's bare. I think the acrylic paint helps it kind of stick together a little bit better. I don't know if that's just like placebo effect. I think that's happening. And really it's still just as bad. But usually I'm a lot more covered than this by now. Did you mention what your plans are for this house? Do you know what style or theme you're going to do yet? I am going to do, I kind of mentioned it earlier, a kind of a Victorian 70s mix. So like a Victorian house, and like someone in the 70s just kind of took it over and had fun with the colors. My inhabitants are these little 3-inch posable skeletons. And so I have two of those guys, and I have a little skeleton dog that goes with them. So it's going to be like some bone decor to go with the skeleton family, but I want it to kind of be happy and bright, but just a little bit dilapidated. Not as much as the coffee shop. So that's my initial plans for the house. Really, I just want to have fun with this one. And because a lot of my other projects are pretty detailed and straightforward on how they need to be. So I just kind of want to have fun and put colors and kind of do whatever I want. Kathleen, yes, I find that there's a difference in the quality of wood. Real Good Toys, which is what my Addams Family house is made out of, it uses MDF, which is like a compressed wood, and it is very smooth and the pieces are very sturdy, and so I don't find that they bend. They can bend if you put like a lot of moisture on one side, but I feel like they're really thick and just a little bit easier to work with. The green leaf, nope, that didn't stay on. The green leaf kits are pretty thin. It's this plywood type stuff. Someone did say that they're now doing laser cut kits, which means that the edges of the wood is probably a little bit better quality. I haven't tried a die cut kit. I haven't tried a laser cut kit. This is a die cut kit, which kind of crunches the wood, which is why you get the sides of the pieces looking like this. So it could be, you know, it could be really nice with the die cut. I want to try that sometime, but anyway. And a bone doggy. Yep. Okay, so this isn't really staying on. I guess I need to sand it more. Sanding is like my least favorite thing. It just gets stuff everywhere. That's why I usually have my little like handheld vacuum. I don't have it in here right now. I think it's charging. The whole thing is shaking. Debbie, if you have friends with any little children, that's where I got a lot of my boxes, from my children eating cereal and other children's cereal boxes. So if you need boxes, look for people with kids. They got lots of boxes. Okay. I just don't think this tab thing is going to go in right now. And it's probably because the house is just kind of wonky at the moment. I'm just going to tape it in place so that we can continue kind of figuring out how it's supposed to go together. So I'm just going to use a little bit of masking tape just to tape it so that it's not moving, because it's not going to sit on here without it being like glued on. Okay. So I just put a little masking tape here and a little bit down here just to hold this back wall on, so I can continue dry fitting it to see where everything's going to go. And once I have a pretty good idea of what we're doing here, then I'm going to start gluing, I think. Hi, Crazy Craft Lady. Glad you could make it. Okay, you cut a bit off of the tabs. Okay, from all the tabs. Okay, I might have to do that, because yeah, they're like exactly the right size, but when the bits of edges of the wood is like frayed, they're not going together. So that's part of the problem. But then again, if they were too small, then it wouldn't fit well. So I can see a rubber hammer is a necessity. I think I have one. It may not be in here. It may be in the garage, but I do have one. All right. We just did the back wall. It says align staircase subassembly on first floor. Okay, we're to the staircase now. So I'm going to turn this back around so the front is facing me. So as you can see, we've got a lot of gaps in here that are going to take a lot of forceful gluing to get right. And even this looks bent. It might just be a wonky house, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It'll be a little wonky. It's all right. Hi to Vancouver. Question regarding siding. Working on my first dollhouse. What's the most cost-effective solution for siding? So if you go on my channel, some people were talking about it a little bit earlier. Look for my Addams Family playlist and look for the siding video. It has like the cover of it has, it's like a dark picture of the house lit up with the windows, and it says "You rang" on the side of it, or like on the picture, and it shows you how I made siding from cereal boxes. And so that's the most cost-effective way that I have found, because if you buy the siding sheets, which you can do, I just get really nervous that I'm going to cut it wrong, and then I'm going to have wasted an entire sheet, and then you can't kind of play with it. Like, I wanted mine to look wonky and parts of the siding falling down. And so if you go and watch that video, I show you the steps for that. So that would probably be the most helpful one for you. And then hopefully in a month's time or so, it better be done by then, hopefully, I'm going to do kind of the shingles out of cardboard as well. So you use scrapbook paper for the siding? You have to let me know. Hi. Yes, it should be uploaded hopefully today. It should just stay online, I hope. Oh, popsicle sticks. Yes. Ash says she uses popsicle sticks, but it does make it really heavy, and I was afraid in the process of moving it that they wouldn't stay on, so that's why I did cardboard instead. We're just dry fitting this house together. It's a little bit wobbly. Nothing's glued yet. I'm just trying to see how things are going together. Okay. Oh, it wants me to get the... We were at the stairs, right? Hold on. Okay, align staircase sub-assembly. Where did I lose the staircase to? I think I got it back here. Okay. I got my staircase, and I painted this brown because I want the stairs to be brown. I didn't know how hard it would be to get in there once it's on, so I just went ahead and painted this piece because I already knew I wanted that to have like a wood look to it. Align staircase sub-assembly on first floor, placing 2 tabs on bottom of staircase wall and tab on bottom of staircase back wall into the corresponding slots on the first floor. So I do know that this goes here, like so, and it does not fit. Well, this actually might, like, it's really pushing into this wall, which is probably okay because it's probably bent a little bit. But I do know that this back tab here does not go into the slot. This one you had to like align 3/8 from the end of the wall here, and when I did that, I measured it and everything, but this tab does not go in this slot, which is where it wants it to go. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because I already know that this doesn't fit. I can't remember, did you say the width of the cardboard siding? So the siding that I did, while I cut this, I'll explain. The siding that I did for my Addams Family house, the kit that I started the house with actually comes with its own siding built in. And I found that the siding, hold on, the siding that was already put on the side of the house was just a little less than a centimeter thick or wide, I guess. And so I made each piece a centimeter so that it would overlap. Yeah, Kevin answered it there. So if you have previous siding already built in, then you can kind of base it off that. But if you don't, you can just kind of look and see how it looked on mine doing a 1 centimeter width. I liked the final outcome. I use scrapbook for the interior wallpaper. Yeah. I did that on my Addams house too. Okay, so now that fits in there. That's where the stairs go. And they're just kind of scrunched up in there, which makes me sad. I wish you could see them more, so I may end up cutting this banister off right here. Let me show you. I may end up cutting this off so I have exposed stairs instead of like all that work for the stairs and you can only see them like through the front door. That's kind of a bummer. And then I may end up cutting off, let me move this. I may cut off this part here too so that you can see the stairs from inside this room right here because stairs are awesome. I like being able to see stairs. The staircase needs a lot of cutting to make it fit, which is usual for these types of kits. Okay. Yeah, I will probably, after all that work of trying to smooth this out, cut this guy off. Yeah. Yep, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna still go ahead and we're dry fitting it before we figure out what we wanna do here. Because it is gonna be easier to cut pieces off before it's all glued together. Okay. Pre-assemble left front wall and second floor left section by sliding slots together. Do not glue. Okay, so I need the left front wall and the second floor left section. Okay. I'm guessing this? No. This. Left front wall and second floor left section. Okay. So this is what the second floor left section looks like. And this is the tower. No, is that what I wanted? The left front wall. This is the tower front wall. So maybe that's not it. Hold on. This just says left wall. Tower left wall. Left wall. I don't think that's right. Did they say the wrong words in here? Left front wall. Okay. This is where you have to do investigating when things don't line up. I wish I could do that on my real house. I love my home, but my stairs aren't the prettiest. It is nice sometimes when you can do things in miniatures and then you're like, man, I wish I could do that in my real life. Or like make a chair. You know, I can make a miniature chair, but making a real life chair that someone has to sit in, can't do that. All right. So we're going to do some investigating. It says sheet 7. Ah, it's that weird shaped thing. Okay. This is the left front wall. And this is the second floor left. Bye, Wolfkins. Enjoy your lunch. In about 5 minutes, I'm going to go check on my kid. But we still have about an hour left, so. Okay. So, align, pre-assemble left front wall, second floor left wall by sliding slots together. It doesn't really tell me what to slide together. Does this go through here? Does this go like this, maybe? No. It doesn't tell me what to slide together. This goes like this, because that goes there. It just tells me to slide the slots together. Boom. Like this. Of course, nothing fits. Now it's stuck. There we go. Are there any other dollhouse communities apart from the Greenleaf Forum? Well, there's local communities. If you mean online, I used to be part of one. It was really cool, but it's shut down, sadly. There might be a not a Greenleaf. That's the one you're talking about. A Real Good Toys community. I'm not sure. I know Real Good Toys has a Facebook page that some people are a part of. But, sorry, I can't be more helpful in that. If anybody else knows, please post. Okay. Still not getting how this goes on. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how it fits on the base, and then maybe it must go this way. So if it goes that way, then this goes like this. Oh my goodness. Oh, if it could just fit together, that would be great. Yes, if you're on Facebook, there are a lot of Facebook groups. Like there's even one called Haunted Miniatures if you're into like spookier stuff. There's one, Dollhouse is made from everyday things, where you know, people who are trying to keep prices down and make things themselves. Those are some of the ones that I'm a part of. If you know of any other, write them down. Okay, now let's see if this will go together. Okay. I think this goes like this. See, that doesn't make much sense to me because then we have this hole here, but okay, we're just gonna go with it. So now we have this piece and it says do not glue. Pre-assembly, align pre-assembly by sliding second floor banister section of staircase wall through opening, second floor left section. Align left bottom of left wall. Align left bottom of left front wall with slot in first floor. Tabs on right side of left front wall align with slots on staircase wall. Do not glue. Okay. So I'm supposed to slide this down over this. We're gonna have to sand that. The wall you're working with is the kitchen back wall. It aligns with the staircase. The I-shaped slot is for the tower walls. Okay. Okay, I think I got that. Hola! I'm trying to learn Spanish, but I always get nervous about actually trying to speak Spanish. My child is learning Spanish, so I'm trying to keep up. Espanol. I do know ciudad means city. City of Mexico. Okay. Let's see if this will slip down this guy. Aha! Kind of. What's happening here? Okay, there we go. Down. Okay, so now let me move it to the side. Oop, kind of. Let me move the microphone for a second here. So it slipped down on top of the staircase railing, which is what it's supposed to do, I think. Oh, and then everything comes apart. That's not what it's supposed to do. Okay. So I think probably the best thing is going to be to align to figure out and glue the entire right side before putting the left side together, because it will start to kind of take apart the right side a little bit. But see now, it's just like, it's kind of like a balancing act of trying to get things in and over. Is it right? Yeah, okay. Let's try and stick this in the slot. There we go. There we go. Kind of. And then this pulls forward. Okay, I gotta stand up. Watch out. Hi, Rob. I'm glad you made it. Okay. Now, you can see how bent this piece is because it's these two slots at the bottom. Let me move my drink so I can show you. Hold on. Okay. Let me show you. So, here's what we got going on. This piece is all the way down in this slot, and this is how bent this center piece is right here, because it's bending away from this piece. So that's going to have to touch eventually. I'm gonna have to glue that and kind of force it into place. The wall material for this is just a very thin plywood. It's the material that comes in the green leaf kit, and it doesn't like to behave all the time, but we're working with it. We're trying to make it work to the best of our ability. Okay, so let's see how far we can go with the dry fit. I'm in the everyday things one. There's one dedicated to House of Miniatures Chippendale style. Ooh, that sounds fancy. I'm not part of that one. Okay. Do not glue. Align right and left sections of second floor by sliding locking tabs together to form a tight fit. Nothing about this is a tight fit. The second floor ceiling will help push that wall into place. Yeah, I definitely think so. But the hard part is that all of this goes together without the second floor. And so I'm wondering if I should put the second floor on like while I glue everything and not glue the second floor yet, but like just have it there so that it stays upright. I don't know. So what I'm working with, these pieces come in a kit where everything's already pre-cut. So I didn't have to cut any of this. It came like this, but I do have to sand and prep the wood. So that takes a little bit. It's a green leaf kit. That's the style of house, and the company is Greenleaf. Okay. Align. What walls do we have left is what I want to know here. What walls do we have left? Okay. We have quite a few walls left. Oh no, we do have the attic floor. So the attic floor is on there. Okay. Align right and left sections of second floor by, align right and left sections of second floor by sliding locking tabs together to form a tight fit. So it's talking about these two halves. So this is the second floor left, second floor right. Align left bottom, nope. Okay. Glue two halves of the second floor together. Spot glue. Spot glue left front wall to staircase wall. Left front wall to staircase wall? Did I miss something? What's the staircase wall? Is that the center partition? Do I have a staircase wall? Did I miss something? Hallway, bath, tower back wall. Now it's talking about pieces I don't even have. I guess they're talking about the center partition wall. I don't have a staircase wall. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Left front wall to staircase wall. Carefully bend left front wall slightly away from foundation and glue at bottom where it meets the foundation. Glue second floor to staircase back wall top. I keep having flashbacks to scientific papers I read in school. Okay. Let me see if I can try and figure out what it wants me to do. I think what it's talking about, so for example, this piece, let me tip it a little bit. Nope. I was gonna say this piece has a tab. No, it doesn't. The tab's in the wrong spot. But I think it wants me to glue it so that the tabs meet. But like, doesn't look like that's going to be a very easy thing to do. So glue these where it kind of squishes the floor to be one piece. I'm guessing it does mean that must be the name of this piece. Let me go back to our staircase. Yes, you're right. It's this wall that's attached to the staircase that we dealt with last time. So it's this piece that's sticking up through here is the staircase wall. So it wants me to glue everything. Okay, let's just keep going. We're just gonna have some kind of a standing house by the end. And like I said, I'm okay if it's a little wonky because it's going to be a 70s Victorian owned by skeletons. So wonky will just be okay. It'll be fine. Hi, Elaine. Yeah, lots of wood filler. Could you say again the Facebook page white line? I'm not sure what that means. Maybe you're talking to someone in chat. Oh yeah, white line widow. So you're asking. Gotcha. Okay, let's keep going. Align front and left sections of second floor by sliding locking tabs. Okay, we already did that one. No, I'm not doing that part. We didn't use everything. I'm very confused. It told me to pop out all the rest of this as well. I still have all of this that I popped out and prepped because it told me to, and now it wants me to work on a bookcase. Oh, I see. I see what it says. Walls and floors continued after you do a bookcase and a staircase banister. That's just a random place for a bookcase. Like, I mean, it goes in the house, but goodness. The joining of floors was the moment I decided to do some bashing and made a new staircase using the tower space. Gotcha. Fun with leftover pieces, yes. Okay, so I think we're gonna say bye to the directions for just a minute here. And say, Elaine, I think there's somebody else from Brazil who was in here. Yeah, there was someone else from Brazil. Maybe they'll find you. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna take it apart and I'm going to start. Oh, actually, first I'm gonna go check on my kiddo. So I'm gonna be gone for like 2 minutes just to make sure he's doing okay. And I will be right back, and then I'm going to take it apart and start cutting off some of the stair pieces that I wanted to remove. And also I'm going to kind of talk about some design ideas, at least for this side of the house, because I think what I want to do is at least construct this side of the house or get gluing on this side of the house. I think you have to turn the first intermediate floor chimney so that the connectors go to the outer wall. You have to turn so flip it like this. That might be accurate. I'll try that when I start taking it apart. Okay, let me go check on my kid. I'll be right back. Just make sure he's fine. Okay, he's fine. Let me look. Well, that's an intriguing idea, but it looks like this side that you can see is like flat with no tabs. So, I'm making the orchid house now by Greenleaf, and the instructions are just terrible. I did have to download the PDF file to see the pictures, but it's still hard. Okay. Well, there is a tab right there. It looks like it fits. It just doesn't fit on this one. So, hi, Martha. Welcome to the stream. We're just making a big giant puzzle of a dollhouse here. Okay, so I'm going to take this part apart. Maybe. Okay. And I'm going to take the staircase off. And I am going to go ahead and try and cut this down while I'm thinking about it. We'll see how easily this stuff cuts. Where can I put the house? Okay. So I'm going to leave this banister up here, but I'm going to cut this off. And that's what I saw in a lot of the videos that I was watching, that people had removed this part. Because, I mean, it just really... Just turn up low voice. Sorry. I'm trying to get my microphone situation worked out. I'll get it worked out someday. But a lot of the videos I was watching on the Fairfield, people had removed this part. So I'm going to do that now, and I'll have to resand and repaint, but that'll be okay. Why am I doing it standing up? I don't know. Let's put it down. So I'm just going to try and cut as much as I can off on this. Probably a Dremel would do an easier job. The stream has been going for about an hour and 15 minutes, so we're gonna go for another 45 minutes or so, just to try and get at least some of it glued and kind of get a plan together. Ha! I did it. Okay, now the trick is to figure out what I want to do where the stair is. If I want to leave like a stair riser, I really need a sharper blade in here. So I'm going to cut off this piece here. So if y'all haven't seen these guys, little X-Acto thing, I love these because you can put the blades back in here, because I'm always nervous about my blades, like if I just like toss them somewhere that they would hurt somebody. Now I say that, it's hard to get it in. It goes straight back in there, and then you can just get a new one out. So I love these. These are my favorite. I think this house over here that I have is an orchid. I can't remember. The one I put the dragon onto is an orchid, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Oh, I already cut that part. Alright, so now I'm just going to try and cut this as straight as possible. Ugh. It's very brittle wood, but then you try and cut it and it's like, no, I don't think so. I might just try and cut slits and then just tear it off. Bye, Elaine. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. There we go. I'm just gonna score it and then pop it off. Is the plan. There we go. So now you should be able to see the stairs kind of from the side, like so, and then I can just sand that down. If I can find... Oh, it's on the floor. There we go. Sandpaper on the floor. Yeah, I don't have a cutting wheel for my Dremel right now. Otherwise, Dremel would have been a really good idea. And I may still use like a sanding wheel on my Dremel to get the rest of this off. But I'm liking that better already. I mean, it's 4 steps. You don't need banister for 4 steps. Right? Okay, so I'm going to have to just sand down and just repaint these little bits here. And there's our piece that we're getting rid of. So I got that off of the staircase. Did I get an extra blade out? Danger, danger. Okay, so now I'm going to, what am I going to do now? I think we're going to talk some design ideas before I take the whole thing apart. Okay, so, okay, Debbie says that is an orchid. Your dragon is the orchid. Gotcha. Okay. So I think this first room here, see if I can turn it on its side without everything coming apart. Probably not. Here we go. Sorry about hitting the microphone there. So this is the side of the house. And so there's a bay window here in this area. That's where a bay window goes. I think this is like the front sitting room or living room area. And then I believe these are bedrooms, and the bathroom area is across the hall area. And this, I'm guessing, can be like a dining room. So let me turn it a little bit. You'll have to imagine a bit. So you can see that you have a fireplace in all 4 of those areas, which is pretty nice. I mean, I think that's pretty typical of a Victorian house to have a lot of fireplaces in a lot of areas. So, I love the dragon. My voice here. Oh, you're talking. Gotcha. Do you save small cutoffs like that for other projects? I really don't. I think I might if I was working on another half scale project, but Usually I'll just cut kind of things specifically when I need them. So I usually don't save those. But you definitely could if you were planning on working on another half scale and you just wanted to tack that on at some point. Okay, so for the front room, let's look at these wallpapers, see what we got here. Because design is like the best part of building in miniature, is the design part. You go there for a minute. All right, so this is, let's see if I can find more information about this. Katzenbach and Warren ink, ready to use Dollhouse paper. And it just has, I think it's like six different designs. So I have this one. I think that would be a really good living room paper. And then I have this one. This could be a fun dining room paper, but I don't know if those two next to each other would be a little bit too much. I'm also thinking that it might be good to do like accent walls. That was real big in like the 2000s to have a solid accent wall, so it wouldn't just be paper all around. So someone said Dover book. You guys said that earlier. Let me see. Oh, it does say Dover right there. Dover. That must be, is that the manufacturer? That'll probably make it easier for you to find if you wanted to find one similar. Unfortunately, I can't copy these and upload these because it does have a copyright in it, so I can't share it with you guys. But I feel okay making copies for myself because I own the book, just so I don't have to use the wallpaper. So I did make a copy and I just changed the settings a little bit, so it's just a little bit more dull. It's not quite as bright. And I also want to make sure that I have enough to cover all the areas, so that's why I made a copy. But sorry, I can't copy it and share it with you guys because of the copyright. But if you wanted to look it up on Amazon, I'm sure you could find an old copy for it. 70s was all about the busy wallpaper. It's coming back in style. Yep. That's why I think like Victorian wallpaper is real busy too. So that's why I kind of put Victorian and 70s together in my head, I think. Marcia says she has a scrap bin. She throws all the extra pieces in it. That's a good idea. Just have a scrap bin of, I actually do have like a tub of a bunch of scraps and I need to go through it. Maybe we'll do that someday together. I'll just open it up. I haven't opened it in a while. We can look through there. Gail says they have Dover has other good miniature books. Cool. Well, I'll have to do a search, see what else, because I'm not quite sure where I got this. It might have been given to me by somebody. Here, this one's just like some simple little dots. So I don't know, maybe, although I feel like the dining room should have something more formal in it, kind of like this. I don't know. I want to do wood floors, like the really skinny wood floors throughout. I'll probably make them from cardboard as well. So here's just like a teal lined paper. I might put this in one of the bedrooms. What else we got? This one is cool, very 70s looking, with this little flower pattern, orangey flower pattern on it. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let's see. Would this, if this in the living room, that in the dining room, or this in the living room, that in the dining room? I don't know. These have enough contrast, they'd look like two different rooms. I could do wainscoting similarly like I did in the conservatory for the Addams Family. Of course, it'd be smaller. And then here's the last one, which I think is an awesome kitchen pattern. Like, can't you just picture that in a 70s kitchen? Like with matching vinyl seats for the chairs and everything. I think it's just such a great 70s kitchen paper. So anyway, those are my options. What do y'all think? William Morris wallpaper was used in Victorian homes with a lot of border prints. I used wood coffee stir sticks for wood floors. Yeah, the wood, coffee stirs are a good idea. And then they actually have a wood texture. I don't have to create the texture. That is a good idea. So yeah, those are my options. I can also get other wallpaper, but I thought it'd be cool to use the wallpaper from that book because I have it and I've never used it before. And I was watching somebody and she was talking about how she had all this fun stuff, all this fun stuff for her crafts and for her hobbies, and she never used it. And so, her new thing for the year was use the fun stuff, because she would never use her fun stuff in her craft collection, and then she'd forget that she even had it and it never got used. So I'm all in for the use the fun stuff. Now, of course, I'm making a copy out of the book, but I want to use some of the stuff that I have because that's why I have it. So I think it'd be fun to just use all that wallpaper and maybe do a couple accent walls and the rest of it look like wood. So wood plus bright colors is what I'm thinking. The brighter color blue in the dining room, like the living room, more darker color for ambiance. Yeah, I think that makes sense. A flower print would be great for the dining room. Kitchen paper would look awesome with the avocado colored fridge. I would love to have an avocado colored fridge. It's one of my favorite colors. But we don't have an avocado colored fridge. They're expensive to get, like those vintage reproductions ones. They're expensive. Okay. So, kind of talked about design a little bit. I'm going to take this puppy apart, cut off the railing for the stairs, and then I think we're going to start trying to do some gluing methods to get this guy put together. Oh, I forgot I masking taped this. And then I am going to probably off camera glue the right side of the house and try my very best to get it straight. And then we can continue on the left side of the house in the next stream. So it's going to be my goal for the next 30 minutes, just to start the gluing process and to start getting things straightened out a little bit. Make one out of Sculpey or cardboard and paper clay. Yeah, probably could do that for the old-timey fridge, and I'll definitely make a tutorial on that. I mean, that's part of the fun, I think, of doing entire projects on my channel, is I can just show you guys the process for each and every little thing that I do, and it just gives me endless ideas for videos. Nope, it's stuck forever. Ah, don't break, don't break. Okay, that came out, so that's good. I think I'm probably gonna glue this together first. This whole, like, chimney thing, I'm gonna glue that guy because it's pretty sturdy on where it goes, and then attach everything else to it, because this, the center chimney piece, this guy is solid and straight. So I think if I can get him in and how I like it, then the rest of it will probably all fall together, hopefully. You can get the book at Thrift Books. Oh, that's cool. Angela says that Dover has a book for dollhouse wallpaper that you can color yourself. That's really cool. The green and gold is perfect for the kitchen. Okay, so thank you, Ash. I'm gonna pull this guy apart because I'm gonna cut out. Oh yeah, I forgot this was in here pretty tight. Ooh. All right, we just disassembled everything we did in an hour and a half, but we now have a clearer vision on where we're going, and that makes that hour and a half worth it, I think. So I'm going to be cutting this banister off here and trying to make a straight line if I can find my X-Acto. I'm actually going to turn it because I cut on with the other hand. So I'm just going to chop this guy off. it's a nice thought, and if you want to leave it and not mess with another banister, I think it's fine, but I just want to be able to see the stairs, and this covers up the stairs. Like, why even have stairs? You know? Bye, Gabby. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I'm just going to take my ruler, and if you don't have a cork-backed ruler, I highly suggest you get one. These are awesome because you can lay it down to cut something and they do not move. A lot of metal rulers will move, and so having a cork-backed ruler is a really great thing to have. And I'm just going to keep going with this guy. And I think I'm going to flip it over and go from the other side as well, and then we can kind of pop it off like we did the other one. So we're gonna go pop like that. No more banister. Woohoo! Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and sand this. And then we have a pretty smooth doorway here, and we'll be able to see the little stairs peeking out. They'll come out like that. So we'll see the stair landing, and I like being able to see that from the dining room area. So I like that a lot. You can only see a couple, but that's okay. It's probably a tripping hazard, and my architecture professor would not approve, but it's okay. We're going for it. Alrighty. So I said we were going to glue this part together. And is that what we're going to do? Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is sand these guys, because if I start putting them together, it's going to be harder to sand them. Julie says, you have so much more patience than I ever would. Well, it does help that you guys are here. I'm exhibiting much more patience in front of you guys than I might if I was by myself. So maybe if you want to build one of these, get a group of people around you so that you can keep your cool while reading the directions, and you know, it helps. Okay, I'm going to try and do this quick so y'all don't have to hear this. All right, other side. Okay, Gail said, what about wallpaper template? So that is a good point. We had talked about that. So, let's see. I could go ahead and wallpaper this guy, because I know that the partition wall goes here. And I know that I want this front, I know that what I want the front room to be. So let's put some wallpaper on. Why not? If we don't like it later, we can cover it up. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the partition wall here so I know how far the wallpaper needs to go over. And get some kind of pencil. That's not a working pencil. We'll just do a colored pencil. Okay, here we go. I know the wallpaper needs to go over to about here. So I already printed this. Now the top room, is a bedroom. Let me go ahead and start. Hope my computer doesn't get upset with me. Don't get upset. I'm going to start printing another wallpaper. So basically this guy's going to go like that. We're just gonna go for it. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the dining room in the blue so that there's contrast between the rooms. Or do I want to do the orange? No, I'm gonna do the blue. Okay. So let me start printing that guy. Print. Print. Okay, so we can start working on this while that's printing. Get my scissors out. My printer's making noise. Okay. Are you going to work? We may only be wallpapering one room. We'll see. I'm going to cut off this edge here. And I'm going to cut off this edge here. And the nice thing about wallpaper is you can always cover it up with what am I trying to think of? You can always cover it up with floorboards and crown molding. So if you don't really like how it hits the ceiling, you can cover it up with that. Well, my printer's not actually going. It made a little blingy sound. So let me go see what its problem is. I'll be right back. Okay. It was just mad about one of the ink cartridges, but it'll be okay. He'll get over it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue it down, and then I'm going to flip it over and cut it out. It's not going to print. I'm just going to show you my wallpaper technique for this. And then maybe we'll... No. Oh, it's printing. Kind of. It's going to print 1 centimeter a minute. All right, so I'm going to use Mod Podge for this, and I've figured out the trick to Mod Podge is not to get worried if it starts bubbling up. Just let it dry, and a lot of times once it's dry, it flattens back out. A lot of times. It's not a perfect technique, but I do use Mod Podge for wallpapers and any flooring that I want to put down. So I'm just going to take some here and put it over all the areas where I want the wallpaper to stick. Oops. And I want to make sure I put it on flat and not have any globs, because the globs do sometimes cause the bubbles. All right, so I've covered the area, and now I'm going to take my wallpaper and just line it up in the corner and push down. And I want to try and smooth every place where it touches. You can use tacky glue. I just find that the Mod Podge is a little bit thinner than tacky glue, and it spreads easier for me. But you definitely can use tacky glue. I just prefer Mod Podge. Does Mod Podge work to adhere fabric as flooring? Yes, I have used, one thing I've used as flooring, like carpeting, is what am I trying to say? The kind of fabric that upholstery fabric that they use on couches and recliners, you know, that fuzzy stuff. It works really, really well as carpeting, and I have used Mod Podge to adhere that, and so far it has not had any issues. So anyway, I just go over and over it, make sure that it's stuck down really well. Make sure you don't have anything on your hands, because this is exposed paper, it will kind of grab at that and mess up your paper. Now I'm going to flip this over. I should have cleaned my work surface before, but I didn't. I used velvet carpeting for gluing it first to poster board. That's a good idea, to put it on the poster board. I use cardstock for my wallpaper printing rather than just regular printer paper, because it does tend to lay flatter easier. That makes sense? Okay, so now I'm just going to cut along the edges, and I want to conserve my printer paper as much as possible, so I'm just cutting where I know it needs to go, because there's probably a small space where I can reuse this paper again. Maybe not a whole wall, but cut around all the edges. Okay. Oop, these weren't completely cut through. Alright, so now we turn it over and we have a wallpapered wall. So I probably will put some kind of no words in my head today. Some kind of edging, that's not the word. Framing, there we go. Framing around this opening. But for right now, I'm just gonna have my wallpaper go all the way up to the edge, and then the framing will kind of go over it. All right, let's see. Did our other wallpaper decide to print? So I still have this piece, so I'm just going to put this off to the side, and I can save that because there is that little side wall over here that I'll probably want to wallpaper, so I can definitely save that for later. Let me go grab the other paper. Okay, so I do think I am going to make this my dining room paper, but I think I want it to go like this. It looks like the flowers going up on this side. So, and this one I did the same thing. I just kind of toned down the color and then brightened it just a bit before I printed it, so it wasn't too dark, but then it also was just a little duller than the really bright colors, but it's still the same pattern. So let me cut the edges off like I did before. We're gonna have 2 walls wallpapered, which is awesome. It's going like that. Okay, I need to cut this side off. Does anybody have molding? That's the word I was looking for. Does anybody have any websites that they go to for wallpaper? Because that would be a great one to share if you had any like go-tos. I just happened to pull this book off my shelf that I think was given to me at some point, but I'm sure there's some place out there where you can pull wallpaper off the internet for free and just print it. So does anyone have any of those sites? I haven't even looked that up. I'm sure that'd be a good one to know. Okay, so this guy I'm going to do exact same way and cover this side like so. All right, get my Mod Podge. I just put whenever I'm in the middle of doing Mod Podge, I just keep some water to the side and I put my brush in there so the Mod Podge does not dry on my brush. And then I just dry it off before I put it back in the Mod Podge. And then try not to stick it that far down to where it covers the ferrule. I do remember that word. Of all the words I couldn't remember today, I remember that the ferrule, this is called a ferrule on the paintbrush. My brain, I don't understand it sometimes. If there's any little chunks, just take that out before you put your paper down, because that will show up like a bump in the wallpaper. Okay, so I'm going to get everything as much as I can covered with a thin layer of Mod Podge. There we go. I'm doing it rather quickly because it can dry quickly. It doesn't dry as fast as like acrylic paint, but it can dry quickly. So try to move at a quick speed, making sure the whole area is covered with Mod Podge. And I stick that back in the water and try not to lose my wallpaper. There it is. So now I'm going to stick that in the corner just like we did before. Stick it down and then press on all parts of the paper. Megan says, I search wallpaper on Home Depot. I usually find something you can snag the sample photo and digitally duplicate it to create a full page. It's a really good idea. Then you have like endless wallpaper design possibilities. Google images and found a lot of vintage wallpaper pictures. I just size adjusted and then printed. Jennifer's Printables is a good one. Will the cardstock interfere with the tab and slot construction? It might, but you can just slice it off wherever the tab needs to go in. I would just slice off the cardstock and you can sand it down and until it's just out of your way. So if you don't want to put it on the tabs, you don't have to. I just cover the whole thing. Thank y'all for sharing those ideas for the wallpaper. Okay, so once I'm happy with it, that's all stuck down. Turn it over and cut it off just like before. Oops, that wasn't straight. Okay. Trying to cut straight. Had to make another coffee. I could definitely use another coffee. I'm drinking tea right now, but man, my son is being good today. I'm really proud of him. He's just playing quietly. I told him we would have lunch in just a little bit, and he is one happy guy today. He was not feeling good, but I think he's feeling good today, so he's happy to be playing and just playing quietly, so I'm impressed. Okay, so now we got the living room area and the dining room area. Is my son watching me? No, he's 5. So he's not interested in what I'm doing. I used a cool material in my gypsy house. It's I made so it's cloth material on the walls. That's cool. I think there is wallpaper that's basically like cloth, like a fabric that you can put on the walls. So that's cool. You like this method? Famous last words. So true. He's going to be in here any minute, probably. Okay, now I'm not quite sure. I think this is another floor. So This was the upstairs room. I didn't print off another wallpaper. Hold on. It takes a while for some reason. I think I'm gonna do this blue, the blue stripy wallpaper. No, nope, no, my mouse is giving up. Okay, print. We'll see how long that takes to print, and then I might just do, hold on, it's giving me fits again. If I make this one the master bedroom, yeah, I think I'll make this one the master bedroom, so I might do some wood paneling in there, because I have had some people ask me about how I did the wood paneling in the Addams Family house, so that could be a cool video on how I do wood paneling. So I think I'll just do one more wallpaper in this section for the kids' room, and then leave this room kind of all wood. I think that would be cool. Are you going to do carpeted wall since you're doing 70s theme? I don't know. That's a good idea. We'll have to see. Definitely need some shag carpet in there somewhere. Yeah, green shag carpet. My grandparents had green shag carpet, and I thought it was so cool. Now that I'm an adult, I have no idea how they vacuum that. Like the vacuum I have now would just die trying to vacuum something like that. Okay, so let's see what on here we would have to wallpaper. So this guy goes like this. Well, that was faster than I thought. This guy goes like this. So I will have to wallpaper this with the living room wallpaper, and this part with the dining room wallpaper. So I'm going to leave that on there for now. Let's finish this big wall piece. Okay. So this is what I'm going to put in this very top bedroom, which I'm making the kids' bedroom area. So I'm going to put this up here. So let me cut that out real quick. Lost my scissors. I'm getting to the point where I can't find anything. Vacuum cleaner back in the day was heavy duty machines. I would glue pieces of yarn all over the place for a shag carpet look. Good thing this is a half scale house, because I am sure that would take a ton of time to do a shag carpet for for one whole room. Maybe I'll put it in the kids' room. Like maybe it'll be a teenager. Put posters all over the wall. That would be fun. Wait. What do I want to do this? Yeah, like that. Okay. Okay. So for this piece, Dollhouse Decorating Blogspot. I have never heard of that. I'll have to go check that out. All right, so this one is going to go up in this corner. But what I want to do is go ahead and cut it to the right height so that it's not going all the way up the wall. So I'm going to try and make it flat against here and just kind of cross there. Yeah, that should be good for that. It'll be a little bit low on this tab, but that's okay because it's a tab, so we're okay with that. I'm going to go ahead and make this line go all the way across. Yeah, we don't worry about spelling on here. It's okay. Spelling or pronunciation for me. I try hard, but sometimes it's difficult. Oh, latch hook. I remember the latch hook kits. I remember finding several of those at my grandparents' house, actually. My grandmother was really into them. She was into art and had a lot of kits. And yeah, I made a lot of those. They're really fun. Okay, so now this piece is going to go here, like so. So I'm going to put my Mod Podge down. What time is it? Got 5 minutes left. So I think what I'm going to do is finish wallpapering this guy. And then, like I said, put together the right side of the house, I think I said, and glue it. And then we'll probably do the left side of the house together because I just really want to focus on getting a really straight wall. And I think that's going to be hard to do on stream or even on camera because it's basically going to be me like hunched over the dollhouse, pulling at the walls, trying to get them to behave. So I'm going to do that probably off camera and try to at least get half of the house standing on its own. And then if I find any tips or tricks, I'll share it with you guys next time. And then we'll put the left side of the house together in the next live stream, and you can see me glue it and clamp it and all that kind of stuff. But I think just because the center wall is so warped, it's gonna be kind of a battle. And you know, someone earlier was talking about me keeping my cool or my patience or something, and I don't want to lose that illusion. So I'll do it off camera. So now I'm just going to lay this guy down like so. And I don't know if this kit actually, oops, it's like a dot there. It's not wet. I don't know what that is. Maybe I accidentally spilt something. Man, it's just everywhere. It's like coming through the paper now. Oh well, it's the kids' bedroom. We'll just stick a poster over that or something. Yeah, something heavy. Put it on there. So if you guys do this kit, when you, oops, that came off a little bit. If it does come off, put a little bit of tacky glue. Like it looks like the Mod Podge dried a little bit on this side. But yeah, if you do the prep steps for these walls, just try and lay it as flat as possible. And let it dry as flat as possible. You can only really do so much though. Yeah, I probably will do that, especially now that I put the Mod Podge on there, because that kind of the moisture from the Mod Podge kind of gets back down into the wood fibers. So I'll probably, while this dries, just put something heavy on it like you guys are suggesting. And then I usually, once the paper's fully dry on the bottom, I usually do a layer of Mod Podge over the top too, to protect the wallpaper, because if like you get in there and you start doing something and then like a drop of water gets on here, it can ruin the paper. And Mod Podge isn't completely waterproof, but it does help protect paper from like little mishaps like that. So I probably will put just a layer of Mod Podge over this, and that's where the paper starts bubbling up sometimes, but don't freak out. Let it dry and usually it calms back down. So yeah. All right, so let me cut this guy. And this is exciting. I didn't know if we'd get to the wallpaper part today, but it's pretty exciting. I can start to see something coming together. And I will have to cut out these slits too. So the dollhouse project for the kids, you talking about the one with the dragon on top? That project is kind of on hold because I do want to finish the Addams and the coffee shop for display for the Texas Miniatures Showcase this summer. So, of course, you're like, well, this is a brand new project. Why'd you start a new project? Just can't help myself sometimes. But I do still have that project that's going to be coming, and that one will be fun because it's a lot of fantasy stuff. It's the one with the dragon on the top of it sleeping. It's the Sleepy Dragon Inn, and so I will be working on that. My daughter's made an entire list of all the things that she wants me to make for it, so it will happen. I promise. Oh, for the kids with cancer. Gotcha. The last day that I'm collecting donations from my P.O. box is on the 11th of this month. And then I will be doing a packing party on the Friday of that week. And so you guys will get to see everything that everybody sent in. And yeah, so that'll be that project. Because of your videos, I'm thinking about making some videos of my own. Awesome, that's great. I think the more we can share and help each other, like, just the better everybody becomes, because then we're sharing ideas, because y'all share ideas with me all the time, which help me improve. Thank you so much. Aw, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, so we have this guy on here, and then I'm not going to do this now, but probably the next thing I would wallpaper would be this area here. I'm probably going to do some kind of brick texture on the fireplace, so I'm not going to be wallpapering that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. Next time you see it, this part of the house, the right side of the house, will be standing and glued together. And these rooms might be wallpapered. We'll see. We'll see. But you guys kind of saw my basic plan of how I put the wallpapers on before I put things together. There is a way to do it afterwards, and I might do that with this room so that you can see both ways. So we'll see. We're just going to kind of play it by ear. But I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I did. I'm so happy that my computer and YouTube behaved today. So I'm hoping that I can just put this up on YouTube, and if you missed any part, you can go back and see it, and if and people can come back and watch it. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. I have a 5-year-old that I need to go feed because he's been very good, and oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry you missed it, but it should go straight back up onto YouTube, hopefully. I'm hoping my microphone was loud enough, because I'm using this one again, which has been soft in the past, but I'm trying, like, it's right next to my face, so I'm hoping that's helping. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, great. Thank you for sending it, Laura, you sent something, so that's awesome. I will, if I don't see it, I will figure out. If you don't get a message back from me, then you'll know I didn't get it. That's what we'll do. Thank you. Y'all stay warm too. It is cold, even in Texas, so I'm sure wherever you are, it's probably colder. So stay warm. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, I always tell the date, so hold on. I've lost my book. It's the first Tuesday in April, because today's March. So the first Tuesday in April, I will see you guys then. I don't know what date it is, but as always, I'll upload a reminder video. Okay, bye everybody. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Oh, my mouse isn't working.